I'm gonna pick one of my favorite authors and read their whole backlist to determine if they're actually a favorite author of mine or not. I have read 4 Abby Jimenez books, and I do categorize her as a favorite author. I don't really know what the amount of books that you have to read for an author to determine whether they're a favorite or not, but I really love her books. So I'm gonna say that she's a favorite right now, and I'm gonna see at the end of this video if she's still a favorite after I've read every single book she's published. Abby Jimenez has 2 romance series out and a few short story and novellas. Have read the Part of Your World trilogy. Part of Your World I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Yours truly I gave 4 out of 5 stars. And Just for the Summer I gave 5 out of 5 stars. Then I kind of messed up. The next series is called The Friend Zone. I have not read The Friend Zone. I have not read the Happy Ever After playlist, but I did read Life's Too Short because I didn't know it was part of a series. And I gave Life's Too Short 4 out of 5 stars. Again, I have not read The Friend Zone, the Happy Ever After playlist, which is coming in the mail tomorrow, and she has some short stories. We're gonna decide, is Abby Jimenez a favorite author of mine or not? So I'm gonna start with The Friend Zone and maybe dabble in the Situationship here and there, but I have no idea what either of these are about, but I like her writing, so I'm going to start the reading vlog. I'm just yapping now, okay. First update on The Friend Zone, and I finished the Situationship earlier today. This was 24 pages, like it was so quick and easy, and actually I had no idea that it was of, that it was of Madi and Doug from Just for the Summer. So Madi is Emma's best friend and Doug is another character's best guy friend, and this was about them, so that was really fun and cute. I didn't realize that this was like a little side thing, and I wonder if they're gonna get their own book at some point, because this was how Madi and Doug kind of met. Not like met, but like met and had a good interaction. Put it on my Goodreads that I finished it, but I don't feel like rating this. Like, this was literally 24 pages, like 1 chapter. It's like too short to rate. Like, I can't rate it 5 stars. That's just not a thing. But giving it 3 stars seems like too low, but giving it 4 stars seems too good. So I can't decide. I don't know if I'm gonna rate it or not, but you can follow me on Goodreads if you want to see what I do. But I'm gonna not rate it for now. So no rating, but really cute, and I'm interested if this does continue into its own story or book. And then The Friend Zone. So this is about Kristen and Josh, I think. I have 2 things to say so far. I do love Abby Jimenez's writing, but her names of her characters are so generic that it's actually kind of hard to differentiate all of the different characters in all of these different series. So like Justin and Emma from Just for the Summer, this is Josh and Kristen. They're just a little too like basic. Like, I wish they were a little bit out there so I could kind of remember, but like there's Josh, Justin, Daniel, and I'm like, these names are so bland. Kristen owns her own like dog, let's call it like an Etsy shop almost. She sells like cute dog clothes and stairs, little dogs, you know, the stairs that they have that like allow dogs to get on beds. She makes them, and well, she has a carpenter make them, and then she ships them off and makes money off of it. So that's her job, while Josh is a fireman, ex-Marine. He's kind of like employed by her in a way for like a part-time thing. I don't know. It's a little odd. I'm not loving the plot of this one so far, but I'm only like 40 pages in, so I can't really talk. I'll give it a little bit more. But the other thing is, in the Situationship, Madi and Kristen, maybe it's because I read them, like I've been reading them both today, but the characters seem very, very similar. Like Madi in this one is very independent and like speaks her mind and has no problem like telling the truth, and she's very blunt and kind of rude, but she's doing it probably to like protect herself, you know, in a way. That's how all these romance books go. But Kristen is the same exact way. And specifically, there was a line on page 37. There's something you should know about me. I say what I think. I don't have a koi bone in my body. And that's literally almost word for word what Madi said in this book. So like, I don't know. I'm liking it, but they do seem a little similar, maybe because this one was her like first real romance novel. And just from reading this one and then reading Just for the Summer earlier this year, like I can tell there's a major difference in the writing and like the quality. I think her writing style has just changed a little bit. The next book, I'm gonna start this probably when I finish
The Situationship.
No, I already finished that. That was
4
24 pages. I didn't rate it. It's too short. I can't write a short story.
You can.
Nope.
Tell her that she can.
Start that when I finish The Friend Zone.
Available. Alright.
Alright. I think the last time I was here, there was laundry on the bed. 50% of the way through The Friend Zone, I decided to switch to the audiobook, and I actually really like both of the narrators. I'm glad that there's 2, male and female, but the audiobook's not terrible. I was feeling a little like not in love with this book, so I wanted something that I could listen to, like doing cooking and laundry and stuff. It's not great. It's not great. I feel like it's really just a sign of the times, like it being written in 2019. I feel like the writing just in general, like authors and writing styles have changed so much in the past like 5 years. I'm gonna get into some spoilers, minor spoilers here in a second, so just so you guys know, but our main character Kristen, I would say it's like a technically a cheating trope in this, where she has a boyfriend and he's deployed, he's in the military. Josh moves in with her because she had this weird incident where like someone broke into her house. I feel unsafe, and Josh was like, hey, let me just spend the night until your boyfriend comes back from deployment in a few weeks. And basically her boyfriend, who was deployed, re-enlisted, and that was kind of like a deal breaker for her. She's like, I've been with you for 2 years, but we haven't spent more than 2 weeks together because we've been deployed. So she was having feelings. It's like mental cheating. Is that like an actual thing? Like just the way she was thinking about Josh while she was still with her boyfriend, and she knew her boyfriend wasn't like a good fit for her. She was literally like, I'm in love with Josh, but Tyler overseas. And I'm like, ew, break up with Tyler then. Like, love Josh. I don't know. I don't stand by the cheating trope. Like, I don't understand it or like it. I don't really like when our main character is in a relationship for the first 100 pages. I'm liking it just fine. Like, it's feeling very 3-star to me. It's very average. It's not really that funny. Like, there's no like rom-com elements. Like, I thought there were some parts in Just for the Summer that were really, really funny, but the mental health aspect side of it made the story more serious, where this one's just like, I don't really care. Like, she's going through a lot. Kristen is medically, might be TMI, but we're all friends here. Abby Jimenez is making period sex seem like crazy. I mean, I don't know why that bothered me, but like Abby Jimenez is making period sex seem like it should never be done. So really quick, before I go down and drink some coffee and I get some lunch with Brock, I wanted to look up Abby Jimenez because I know that hasn't been an author for very long. So I thought I could do some research because I think I have looked her up before, and I'm really interested in her background story. I'm pretty sure she owned a cupcake shop. Like, she was on a show. What was she? Let's read about her. So I'm on her website, and I love like knowing little fun facts about authors that I'm reading. She is so pretty. Like, you go, girl. Sorry, there's a glare. She has a yippy dog. She has a Yorkie, and I think it's funny, all of her books have like Yorkie or like dogs in them. Like this one, Kristen has a dog and literally makes like dog clothing for a living. And then in Just for the Summer, the main male character, had a really, really ugly dog, described very ugly in the book. And then I'm pretty sure the Happy Ever After playlist is about a lost dog of a celebrity. I think, like, Brock read the back of the book yesterday when I opened it, and he was reading what it was about. But Abby founded Nadia Cakes out of her home kitchen back in 2007. The bakery has since gone on to win numerous Food Network competitions. That's incredible. I knew she was in the food industry. Switching to becoming an author was the best thing she could have done because I love her books. I am gonna start The Worst Wingman Ever soon. hopefully I finish that today. I kind of just want to get that out of the way. I think it's like 50 pages and it's supposed to be like a cute, meet cute kind of situation. So I'm gonna go downstairs. I think I could finish this today, if I'm being honest. I have nothing to do. It's Sunday and it's a very lazy Sunday. So I'm gonna cruise through this book and we'll see how it ends. And then I can start the Happy Ever After playlist. I finished. It's about 4 hours later. I am really disappointed. I think this is a little harsh, but I think I'm so upset by this that I'm rating it a 2.5 out of 5 stars, which again, I'm upset about. And it might be a little harsh, like I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit. I'm gonna say 2.5 now. That could change, but I don't know. What I'm about to say is gonna be like very heavy on the spoiler side, so if you want to skip this part, I will have timestamps down below. Let me preface this by saying Abby Jimenez based Kristen, our main character, her infertility issues off of Abby Jimenez's best friend. So the infertility issues behind this main character are based off of a real person. So I do appreciate that, but I do think having a main character, she's gonna get her hysterectomy, she's in a lot of pain, her condition is really rough, she is infertile, like that is what they say from the very beginning. To then cheapen it with a pregnancy trope at the end didn't seem very respectful towards a lot of infertile women. That's all I'm gonna say on that. The thing with Sloane at the end broke my heart. I was not expecting that at all. That broke my heart, and I am excited to pick up the next book because I'm really interested in how her healing journey is. Like, that was brutal and very sad and upsetting. And there were elements of this book that I did like, but I thought that some things were a little insensitive. You know, the one redeeming factor was Josh. I loved Josh. He was a green flag all around. He didn't have much character development, but his development with Kristen was perfect. The way he went about taking care of her and understanding her and listening to her, he was amazing. Just because I gave this 2.5 stars doesn't mean I don't like Abby. Like, I think that all of her books have been very, like, I've had a 2.5, 3, 4, and a 5 from her. She's a very well-rounded author, in my opinion. Like, I've liked and disliked her books so far. So I am excited. I think the Happily Ever After playlist will be like a tiebreaker. Like, let's see, not a tiebreaker really, but a good measure. Like, do I rate it 3, 4, or 5? And where does it fall on that scale of Abby Jimenez? Because obviously I have a wide range of ratings for her, so is it? Literally 2 pages in. What is with Abby Jimenez and her J names? Our main character, Holly, has a sister named Julian and then has an ex named Jeb. If the main love interest in this little short story has a J name, I'm gonna go crazy. You won't believe it. His name is John. John, Justin, Josh. Jeb.
Gerard.
That's crazy. His name is John. How am I, this is just a short story. How am I supposed to keep them apart? It's like the 21 Kids and Counting show. Okay, see, this was even better than the Friend Zone. So cute, so fun. I want more. One thing Abby Jimenez does so well is meet cutes, and that one was the cutest meet cute ever. John, let's forget about his name, is a maintenance man in the same apartment building that Holly lives in, and Holly, whole situation happened with leaving notes on Holly's car. John kept leaving her notes. She would write back, he would read them, write her a new one. It was like this note exchange thing, which that is one of my favorite tropes. And the dog, of course, there's a dog too. I love how there are dogs in her books, but she makes it a point to make the dog a main focus, which is like fine, but like I don't really care. Still cute. The dog's name is spelled Doobie. Doobie? Would that be it? Doobie? Doobie? Where like my dog's name is Dobie. So the whole time I was just thinking of Dobie. Because it's short story, I don't feel comfortable rating short stories. I don't think that's like, I don't know how I feel about that, but I'm definitely gonna put it under my read other books in this little series. So other authors did this, and it's a series of short stories called The Improbable Meet Cute, and that was a really improbable meet cute. Really stinking cute though. Only one more book left from Abby Jimenez. I'm gonna take an Abby break today. The laundry is on, so it's a little loud, but I keep forgetting, and while I'm reading all of these Abby Jimenez books, I keep forgetting to mention the new release that she has coming out April 1st, I believe. So this one is called Say You'll Remember Me. I'm gonna read really briefly the synopsis because I don't know if it connects to any of her other books. On Goodreads, there's no thing saying like it's in a series. Oh good, his name is Xavier and Samantha. Excited for that. This is what I wanted. This is what I wish the friend zone was. Like, I'm only 40 pages in and I adore it already. They haven't even met in person and I'm liking it better than the friend zone. Our main character Sloane, she was the best friend of the friend zone's main character. Some of my favorite romance books are like series, so I'm liking that we already kind of know Sloane, we know what she's been through, and she found this lost dog. Dobie's gonna start barking. Someone's passing by the house. Happens to run into, it was almost a meet cute with a dog that Sloane had. This dog named Tucker ran in front of her car one day. She almost hit him, but he like jumped in her car and she basically kept him for the past 2 weeks because the owner on the dog tag, on Tucker's dog tag, wasn't responding. But it's because he's a musician. He was in, I think, New Zealand without like any service for the past 2 weeks. So she's basically like, I'm not gonna give you your dog back because you didn't respond for 2 weeks. Like, how dare you? Like, your dog, this is your dog and you lost it and you didn't respond. But it's just, it's like a weird meet cute and I love it. And they're flirting over text and like phone call. And again, since we know what Sloane has been through, it's been 2 years since the friend zone took place and she's been sad for like 2 years and just needs this fun. Like, she needs this reprieve from the things that she's been going through. This is what I want. Like, this is Abby Jimenez to me. Really liking it. Glad that I'm liking it because the friend zone was a disappointment. But the other 2 short stories were good as well, and those are more recent. So I don't know, her writing is just really improved, I think, from the first book. I like my bookmark for this. This one is just a receipt. $1 off any Starbucks handcrafted beverage, grande or larger. Ooh, that's actually a really good one.
$1 off?
Yeah.
It's like 15% off.
It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's girl math, it's free money.
Yeah, free money, Debbie. Free money,
Girl
bud.
math. Ooh, that's hot.
I didn't tell you to drink it yet.
Put that over there. He's so good. All right, let me update them. Update, I am on page 178. Kristen, the friend zone main character, is Sloane's best friend, and I actually like Kristen better in this book, like as a side character, than I did in her own book, which is kind of mean. But she's coming off as like more fun and lighthearted and goofy in this one. In that one she was, but it seemed forced. Like, Jason, despite having a J name, the little tiny things that he's noticing about Sloane and how hard of a time she's had, yet he's super understanding and just like taking things slow and going at her pace. And we found out some stuff about Jason in his career. We found out more about Sloane through his POV, so like what he sees in her, which is really sweet. Like, just he adores her. This seems more like Abby Jimenez to me, just the writing and the goofiness. Like, I've laughed out loud multiple times, and I think just like I did with Just for the Summer and Yours Truly, like there's some really rich humor in these books. Hello, ooh, it's wobbly. 320, so I plan to finish this book today. Okay, so my feelings have changed a little bit because I loved this book for the first 60%, and where I'm at right now, the past 2 chapters have really frustrated me. Let's rewind. Sloane and Jason are freaking cute. She seems just like such a genuinely nice person. Loving her as a main character. Jason, oh my gosh, this man, gift giving, words of affirmation. I mean, he does all of the love languages and I adore it. Like, he is a sweet guy, but he has a complicated job. He's rising the charts. He is becoming very famous, very popular. He's going on what was a 4-month tour, now has turned into a 12-month tour, and their relationship is so new and so fresh, but he asked her to go on tour with him. She goes on tour for like 3 months with him, and things are not going as planned. Like, she's loving him, but she is not loving the tour life, and she's really focused on putting herself first. So she's like, listen, this tour life isn't for me, but you're for me, so like, what can we do? He just did something. I just got to the third act conflict. It's like he's trying to play hero. He's like, oh, I just can't ruin her life. Like, she hated being on tour with me, but I know she wants to paint and I know she wants to do things for herself, but I'm holding her back, so I'm gonna lie to her. Hate that. What is that called? Like a savior complex or something? Like, do not lie to someone you love because you think it's gonna help them. That is, like, let that person decide. I am enjoying this book, but I am not liking the third act conflict. So yeah, that's my thought right now. But you know what I think is cool? Abby Jimenez owns that cupcake shop, bakery, whatever, called Nadia Cakes, and it's showed up in this book and the Friend Zone, and I just keep forgetting to mention it. I think that's so cute. That is so fun. Good for you, Abby Jimenez. You're incredible. I will finish it today and let you guys know my rating. It was looking really, really good, and now it's not looking so good. I don't know. We will see how it ends. I finished the Happy Ever After playlist last night. I gave it 3 stars, and I'm a little disappointed with it, if I'm being honest, because I did enjoy this book for 200 plus pages, and then the third act conflict, like in the last clip I was talking about, did bother me. It was not my favorite. Although the resolve I did enjoy, that third act conflict really, really messed up my opinion on our main character, Jason. I did not enjoy Jason after the fact that he did what he did to kind of like save her, to like help her. And I was like, no. 3 stars. And you know, I really do think it goes to show my taste with Abby Jimenez has progressed with her writing. I'm glad that I did this video to really help show that, one, Abby Jimenez, her writing really has improved since The Friend Zone. Like, the first book she wrote, lots of improvement. And 2, she's still a favorite author of mine. Like, I adore her, especially with her most recent releases. Like, those have proved to me that she's an auto-buy author for me. They're all so sweet, but they have some deep-rooted character issues that all of these characters are trying to like handle and go through and work through together. I adore Abby Jimenez and I adore her writing, and now I can officially say I've read every single Abby Jimenez book. The Friend Zone, I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. A little harsh if I'm being honest, but it really, that book I did not love, and I actually loved the main character of The Friend Zone better in this one. I want to say the Happy Ever After playlist, I gave 3 out of 5 stars. Then the third book in this series I gave 4, and that's Life's Too Short, so I gave that one 4 out of 5 stars. So gradually getting better and better. I love that for an author. Like, that's incredible. I don't know if it's the editing or if she just really has taken like feedback really well. Love it. And I'm no expert on writing, so I have no idea how she did it, but I'm glad and happy for her. And then her short stories and novella. Wow, I loved those. So fun, so quick. I actually would love the Situationship. No, Worst Wingman Ever. I would love that one to continue into another book. Like, that would be so nice. Or to see them pop up. Maybe they have popped up in another book and I just don't remember. A few things I would say to Abby Jimenez is I would be okay if another character maybe had a cat instead of a dog. I love dogs. I'm a dog person. But not every main character has to find a dog or own a dog. And not every man starts with a J. Okay, there are many other names out there, and although I like J names, I have nothing against them. I think they're a little repetitive and it's hard to keep characters apart when it comes to romance, at least in my head. So that is it for this video. I had so much fun doing it. Comment down below what author you'd like to see next. There's certain authors that I know I have not read every book of, so I would love to. And I will see you guys in the next video.